Doesn't take a lot of money to buy a 1970 Ambassador. It just looks like it does.
Hey, Ma! Pa, just got a new car!
By the time the 1970 model year came around, there had been a lot of changes in the U.S. car market. During the 1950s and 60s, many small automakers and brands pretty much went out of business. This is the story of the cheapest cars in 1972. One of the best decades for U.S. automakers was the me decade of the 1970s. In the decade of the 70s, GM, Ford, and Chrysler had a big share of the U.S. car market, while American Motors, or AMC for short, only had a small share. Let's check out the cheapest American cars you could buy in 1972.
Priced only $73.95 more than this 4-passenger Vega is this 5-passenger Plymouth Duster.
First on the list is the Plymouth Valiant Duster. The Duster Coupe provided the compact-sized Plymouth Valiant with a sporty body style to attract customers. The car was a $15 million effort to update the Valiant for the 1970 model year. The Duster was also positioned to compete with Ford's slightly smaller semi-fastback Maverick. You could buy a Plymouth Duster for $2,260, add $178 for automatic transmission, and the $60 AM radio option, and you would come out of the showroom with about $2,498 worth of Plymouth Duster.
Nothing disturbs the flight of the Hornet. The big standard engine makes it fly. You'd never believe the Hornet hatchback was an economy car, but it is.
Next on the list is the AMC Hornet, with a base engine of a 232 cubic inch 6-cylinder and 100 horsepower. The AMC Hornet was classified as a compact car and made from 1970 through 1977. In 2- and 4-door sedan, station wagon, and a hatchback coupe configuration. You could buy a 2-door sedan Hornet for $2,177. Add the automatic transmission for another $200 and the AM radio for $66, and you're out the door with a Hornet for $2,443.
Mercury Comet, the new and better small car. We had an idea that 4 doors might come in handy. So the new Mercury Comet comes with 2 doors or 4 doors like this one.
Next on the list is the Mercury Comet. The Comet's base engine was a 170 cubic inch 6-cylinder, throwing out 82 horsepower. Sharing most of its sheet metal with the Ford Maverick, it used a different grille, taillights, and hood, as well as different badging. The taillight pods were shared with the 1970 and 1971 Montego and Cyclone models. The Comet was available as a 2- and 4-door sedan, and believe it or not, a muscle car. The Comet GT series, which was the 2-door sedan only from 71 through 1975. The GT featured a blackout grille, dual body side tape stripes, high back bucket seats, wheel trim rings, deluxe door trim panels, and a simulated hood scoop. The 2-door base sedan could be had for $2,432.
You can get 2 doors, a peppy 6-engine, simple service in the economy Maverick, and save a lot of money.
Next is the Ford Maverick with a 6-cylinder 82 horsepower 170 cubic inch engine. The Ford Maverick is a 2-door compact car marketed by Ford for model years 1970 through 1977 in the U.S. It was subsequently offered as a 4-door sedan. The name Maverick was derived from the word for unbranded range animals, and the car's nameplate was styled to resemble the head of longhorn cattle. You could drive a Maverick off the showroom floor in 1972 for about $2,396.
Chevy's new little car is open for business, and you ought to look into it. Because our new Vega does things no other little car has ever done before.
On to the next one. The Chevrolet Vega. With a 4-cylinder 90 horsepower 140 cubic inch engine, the car was named for Vega, the brightest star in the constellation Lyra. The Chevrolet Vega is a subcompact car that was sold by Chevy from 1970 through 1977. Available in two-door hatchback, notchback, wagon, and sedan delivery body styles, all models were powered by an inline four-cylinder engine with a lightweight aluminum alloy cylinder block. The Vega received praise and awards at its introduction, including the 1971 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Subsequently, the car became widely known for a range of problems related to its engineering, propensity to rust, and engine durability. If you were so lucky to have bought a 1972 Vega, you drove away with the Vega, which caused you problems later for $2,283.
American Motors Gremlin is the little economy car that doesn't economize on the engine because it's the only one with 6 cylinders, not 4.
Oh, no, you don't.
Next on the list is the AMC Gremlin, the ugliest car of the 1970s. I don't know, was it? Okay, it came with a base engine of a 332 CID 6-cylinder with a whopping 100 horsepower. The AMC Gremlin subcompact car was introduced in 1970, manufactured and marketed in a single two-door body style, as well as in Mexico from 1974 through 1983 by AMC's Vehículos Automotores Mexicanos. Okay, using a shortened Hornet platform and bodywork with a pronounced camback tail, the Gremlin was classified as an economy car and competed with the Chevy Vega and the Ford Pinto, as well as imported cars including the Volkswagen Beetle and Toyota Corolla. The small domestic automaker marketed the Gremlin as the first American-built import. You could be out the door with a Gremlin for $2,265.
Pinto comes from good, solid stock, with a good, solid engine, and a welded steel body.
Next on the list, the Ford Pinto with a base engine of a 122 cubic inch, a 4-cylinder and 86 horsepower. Over 3 million Pintos were produced over its 10-year production run, outproducing the combined total of its domestic rivals, the Chevy Vega and the AMC Gremlin. The base two-door Pinto sedan could be had for $2,161. Well, hey, that wraps it up on the cheapest cars for 1972. Did you own one of these cars? If you did, we want to hear from you. Leave your comments below because we want to know. As always, thank you to all of our subscribers. Hey, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the channel and help us out. Hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for future notifications. This is Michael J. with the Boker Brothers. We'll catch you next weekend.